everybody, Brandon Cobb with HBG Capital here. Thanks for tuning in. And in today's video, I want to go over how you can plan your 2022 goals to really kill it. If you went through 2021 and you're not where you want to be financially, personally, in your relationships with yourself, stay tuned. You're going to want to check out what I've got to say here. But first, if we've been having a one-way conversation with you, I want to turn that one-way conversation into a two-way conversation. If you've been tracking and following us, you've been interested in investing in real estate and learning more about how you can create passive income from real estate while letting somebody else do all the work, please send us an email. Reach out. We'd love to touch base with you. All right. So in this video, I thought it would be a good idea for me to basically run through how I set up my goals every single year. A lot of people don't even know where to start. They usually do the same thing every year. People flood into the gym. The gym is overcrowded, and 3 weeks later, everybody is pretty much cleared out. People's fridges are full of tons of green food. They've removed the junk food. And 3 weeks later, it's completely cleaned out. So I want to show you how I not only connect all of my different goals together, which allows them to really thrive. It's a synergistic approach. I know this kind of sounds weird, but I'm going to touch base. I'm going to show you here in a second. But certain goals, when combined together, can actually piggyback off each other, and they'll allow the other goals to be a lot more successful. And so let's jump in here. First, let's start with the framework, okay? A lot of people don't even know where to start. Everything that you do, if you're going to set any kind of goal, it should be broken down into your body, your being, your balance, or your business. So body, being, balance, and business. So for your body, this is the one a lot of people do, right? They want to get back in the gym. They want to get healthier. They want to cut some pounds off. They want to shave a little bit off their waistline. This one's pretty popular, and a lot of people understand it. And most people, this is what their New Year's resolution is all centered around, right? Doing something crazy. So you've got sort of a basis on where to start with these goals. The next thing you need to do is don't make a year-long goal. Most of them never work because it is extremely difficult to stay motivated for something for an entire year. Break it up into quarters. Take that goal that you're going to accomplish in a year and shove it down into a 3-month period. Anybody can stay motivated for 3 months because you're going to be able to just take whatever you can do in a year, and you're going to compound your efforts into 3 months. You're going to see drastic results very, very quickly. And that's going to create a positive feedback loop. When you start seeing the results, you start getting the good feelings from it. It fuels you to take even more action. That action leads to better results, and that positive feedback loop continues. So I challenge you, shove whatever you're going to do in a year into 3 months, go crazy about it, and just laser focus on that. Second thing is most people create way too many goals. I would literally just start with one a quarter, and that's it. Laser focus on that one, because what happens is when you laser focus on a bunch of different things and try to think a bunch of things, you're getting spread here, you're doing here, you're going here, you end up accomplishing nothing. So try to laser focus on it. All right, now that the framework has sort of been set, let's kind of jump in here. What does body mean? We've covered that. Being is how you love yourself. So this is the relationship you have with yourself and how you're doing. So I've seen plenty of soccer moms that have a great relationship with their husband, and they've got a great relationship with their kids. They got a good job, but they're overweight. They're falling apart, and they look in the mirror and they hate themselves. I actually hear people say this sometimes, like, I'm ugly, or I can't do this, and it's very, very, very bad for you to do that. It's bad for your brain. It's bad for your subconscious. And that's going to manifest itself. You beat yourself up all the time, I guarantee it's going to show up in your everyday life with whoever you're dealing with at work or your kids. So the most important thing is to be able to take care of yourself. We've all heard that old saying on the airplane, if oxygen masks come down, put yours on before you put it on anybody else. And it's true. You need to take care of you first before you can take care of anybody else. That's the most important thing. And a lot of people will neglect their being. So they won't take time to love themselves, to do things for themselves, to really figure out what it is they want, what it is they like, and do those things. Meditation, great way to do this. Relax, de-stress, take a moment off the brain. Take breaks frequently. journal, write down your thoughts. Every morning, I used to write down my thoughts every single morning. Now I'll do it probably once a week, once a month, just to kind of get some monkey thoughts down. If I'm having trouble sleeping or if I'm really busy or I'm stressed out now, that's kind of when I do my journaling. I'm not stressed out as much as I used to be in the past. I don't do it as much. But writing down all those monkey thoughts really gets it out of your head on paper. You don't have to think about it anymore. Those are just some suggestions to how to take care of your being and some things that I've done into the past. So your balance is the next one. These are the relationships that you have with others, your friends, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your kids, your mom, your dad, your grandparents. Really, what do you want those relationships to look like? Are they where you want to be? And how can you improve them? I'm going to kind of tell you some of the cool things I did last year to really just blow the whole balance thing out of the water. The last is your business. This is pretty self-explanatory. And I want to explain how all these tied together. I told you at the very beginning, I wanted to give you an idea of how these things can complement and really piggyback off each other. Well, your business is where you are financially. It might be your job, your career, wherever you are. This is kind of a straightforward topic, but that's what it is. So how do these things tie in together? Well, I'm going to demonstrate this. I'm going to show you how this has actually worked out for my life. So let's start with body. I work out a lot. I've worked out a lot ever since I was 15, 16 years old is when I started. My dad got me in the gym and I was addicted ever since. I was very, very scrawny. I weighed 105 pounds my freshman year of high school. I was very, very late hitting puberty, so I was always really, really small. My junior year of high school, I started working out all the time. I started eating a ton of food, and I really blew up. So I've ingrained this in my core. I work out at least 4 or 5 times a week, and I work out really, really hard. What that does is it enables me to operate at a higher level. I have more energy throughout the day. I can think clearer throughout the way. All the things that I want to do become much more easier to do because when you're physically strong, you're mentally strong. And again, this complements the other ones, and I'll kind of explain how. So if you're mentally strong and you have lots of energy, you're going to be there when you come home for your kids. You've been tired of being in the past and coming home and, oh my God, I'm dragging. I just can't keep up with it. I have too much energy and you just feel sucked down. You got to start taking care of your body. You're not taking care of your body. I guarantee you, I don't care how hard you work or what you do. If you're sleeping enough, you're getting enough food in your system and you're working out, you've got energy to go all day. Energy is readily available to you. It's in the food you eat, it's in the workouts you do, it's in the sleep you get. So make sure you're starting to take care of that. You're going to experience better relationships. You're going to want to go out with your friends. We're going to go on more date nights with your wife. You're not just going to slug into the couch and just sit there the entire night, right? So how's it going to help your business? Mentally strong, right? Physically strong, mentally strong. You're going to operate at a higher level. You're going to be working longer. You're going to work longer hours. I guarantee you people who work out are able to function at a higher level. They're able to work longer hours, and they're able to get more done. One goal complements the rest. So let's go to being. How does that affect everything? What are some examples? Now, my body, what I'll be doing specifically is, I might run a double marathon this year or next year. I've kind of been putting it off, but crossed another marathon a year or two ago. I'm doing SEALFIT Kokoro in the spring here. For those that you don't know, it's kind of like Navy SEAL Hell Week for civilians. Yeah, this guy's crazy. Signing up to go get kicked around for 2 days straight with no sleep. Again, it's all about creating that mental fortitude. I want to be as strong mentally as possible. So I'm signing up to do these crazy things. One, because they're fun. I did a mud run with my sister last year, 10 miles, 25 obstacles, 3.5 hours. Had a freaking blast, right? So always trying to push myself in that category on top of my usual workouts. Next is being. So when you're loving yourself, you're truly experiencing joy in life. There's a really good book called Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, and he talks a lot on this subject. One of the things he says is, I want to laugh louder, love deeper, cry harder, and there's one more. Get the book, I can't remember what it was. But the point is you want to experience all the things that you want to experience in life. And it starts with being, figuring out what it is that you want and making sure you're doing those things. You got to take care of you. Make sure you're loving yourself, whatever that looks like. Last year, I took 60 days off work and I traveled everywhere. Not all at once, but I broke it out over quarters throughout the year. But I got to go to Dubai, I got to go to Baku, I got to go to Istanbul, went to San Francisco for the first time, I went to Charleston, South Carolina for the first time. I went to, gosh, I can't remember. I was traveled out. I did tiny cabins in the woods. I went to Raleigh, North Carolina. I went to Charlotte, North Carolina for the first time. All cities I've never been to before. They're always on my bucket list. I just went gung ho and did it, right? So make sure that you're writing those things down and you're loving yourself. All right, balance. So when you have a great balance, when you have relationships that are not just superficial, kind of surface, but deep relationships where you connect with people, they understand you, you're able to have intelligent conversations that go very deep with people. This is going to be so mentally, I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is, but it gives you a release. It is very healthy to be able to connect with people and have those strong relationships in life. If you don't have good relationships in life, quite frankly, you really don't have anything. It doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter how great shape that you're in, it doesn't. And it complements the other areas because that ultimately can help your workouts. If you're working out with a buddy or you're making friends at the workout facility while you're there, or talk about loving yourself. Deep-seated relationships and connections with people are going to help your being out a lot if you can pull that off. Being and balance complement each other. Some things I did last year is, and I've been doing some of these things for years, but for the past 8-9 years, I do a sibling trip with my brother and sister every single year. We do something on someone's bucket list. And my idea behind this, and the reason I did this, was I thought that, when I'm 80 years old and I've got 50 experiences every year with my brother and sister knocking something off one of our bucket lists, how cool would that be? And so that's what we do every year. We do a trip. I did a mom-son trip to Charleston, South Carolina, a city neither of us had ever been to. She's a big history buff. She's always wanted to go. There's tons of history there. So we went. We did it. I did a father-son trip with my dad, where we went to a place that he'd never been before, always wanted to go, and we did some camping that didn't work out on a little island on a lake, and had to pack it up and go back home, but it was still fun, right? All those things are very important to me, and they strengthen my balance. In other words, my relationship with my loved ones are the most important thing to me, and they always will be. My goal is to have life is a competition of who can collect the most unique experiences with the ones that they love. That's what I want to do. I got engaged this year. That was a huge part of it. Super excited about that. The balance is there. I take date nights with, my now fiance. I'll take date nights with my kids. This is a great, when you need to do date nights every single week with your spouse. Get the babysitter. You got to do date nights with your kids. Give your spouse time to go. Do date nights with kids, just you and them, right? Get those relationships that you want in the right place. And next, finally, business. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but write down on a piece of paper, on a wall, whatever you're going to see it every day, how much money you want to be making, and post it where you're going to see it every single day. And every morning, tell yourself that you're going to make that happen. I promise you, if you do this every single morning, bonus points if you can attach a cool song to it or just something every morning to jazz you up as you're looking at it, as you're repeating these things to your head, telling yourself this is going to happen. It is a great way for your subconscious to pick up on it and you to make it happen. As far as business goes, man, it's crazy. I feel like in real estate, the cheese is moving so fast, right? No matter what niche you're in, it is changing so rapidly. This year, 2022, our goal is to build and complete 50 houses. It's to transition to doing more homes in the same area, getting into land development. Our goal is to double that next year. We want to be doing 80 to 100 homes. We want to attract the right strategic investors into our business to make it happen. We want to attract the right employees or strategic partners to attract into our business to help us. That's some of the things that we're working on, some of the things in business that we want to do. One cool thing we've always wanted to do, announced today, was that we're giving away one of the townhomes to a veteran family that doesn't know it's coming. We're working with the local Veteran Affairs Department, and we'll be giving away one of the 36 townhomes in this development we're doing to a family that was active duty military. We're going to figure out kind of who would impact most by this gift, and we're going to do it. All these things were things that I wrote down and I told myself that I was going to do one day. So that's where it starts: your body, your being, your balance, and your business. Take those categories, pick one in each to focus on, crush it down into 3 months or one a quarter, and just go out there and kill your goals. I hope you all have a fantastic 2022. Good luck to everybody.